everyone, Amanda here from Scrimpingmommy.stampinup.net. So I thought I was feeling a little bit Christmassy today, to be honest. I don't know why. It's still only September. But I'm going to show you how to make a lovely gift bag. I do have a die that makes this, but that's discontinued. And I thought I'd show you how we can make one ourselves really easily. So I've got a sheet of 12 by 12 here, and I'm cutting it to 5 and what am I cutting it to? 5.5. Okay, so you get 2 out of a 12 by 12. Alright, save that to one side. We can use it, we might use it for something else later. And then turn it on the long side and score at 6 1/4. Okay. Right, and then back on the short side, I completely forgot to do the scoring. We need to score each side at 1/2 inch. Okay, so 1/2 inch there. Flip it around 1/2 inch. Okay. Right, let's just move that out of the way because we don't need that anymore. So we're going to first of all fold up the middle, and you'll see that you've got one side that's shorter than the other. So fold in those sides, okay, like so. And then where the side is longer than the other, we're going to cut all of that away. Alright, let me get some long scissors. We're going to cut all of that away, so let me just open it back up. Okay, just feel where my score line is. Right there, and then I'm going to cut all of that away. It's not very easy to see the score line there. I think I'll do it on this side. I'll do it on the white side, and then I can see the score line better. Alright, so we're going to cut all of that away. Super easy. These are obviously easier and quicker ways of making gift bags, but this is going to be super pretty, super decorated, and it's just going to be that little bit of something special. Alright, so what we're going to do now is on this section here, we're going to notch each of those corners. Alright, so we're going to notch them in. These scissors are nearly blunt. I think I need a new pair, or I need to go and find my scissor sharpener. Right, so that's all notched. Let me get rid of those and put those scissors to one side. So then I'm going to bring in some tear tape. This is 1/2 inch tear tape. And what I'm going to do, first of all, I need to bring in some decorative scissors. These are some old fabric pinking shears that are now used for crafting. And I mean, you can get decorative scissors. You can pick them up for a couple of £. Alright, and I'm going to just make a decorative edge on there. Okay, and then I'm going to go to the top, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut right along the top in a straight line first. Okay, to give us that fancy, just want to go a bit deeper, give us that, and then I'm just going to fold it up. I'm going to have a look. Right, so what I want to do is I want to notch the top here, but with my fancy scissors. So I'm just going to go, and I'm just going to go across like that, and across like that. It just kind of rounds that off ever so slightly. Alright, so what we're going to do now, get rid of that. Let me just trim that a little bit more. There we go. Stop cutting. Right, so now I'm going to fold my flaps inwards, add my score tape. And these are really quick and easy to make. The fun is in the decorating. Alright. You can use these as an alternative way of holding a card. You can fit a card inside one of these. A standard UK C6 card should fit inside there, if I can get that tape off. Come on, you slippery little sucker. Okay, there we go. And then I'm just going to fold that over. Should just line up nicely and fold over, and there's our bag. So here's a card I made earlier. As you can see, you can fit a card in. So this is an alternative envelope as well, which is a nice idea. Alright. Okay, let's take that out. So we're going to decorate it now. So where we took off our fancy bit, we can wrap that across there. Don't know if I wanted plain cardstock or not. You can go on, we'll be frugal and we'll use it. I was going to use cherry cobbler cardstock, but we'll be frugal and we'll use it. So we're just going to wrap that around. Okay, using up the bits. Make sure it's straight. Okay, wrap it around, and then I'm just going to use my stamping seal. Put some stamping seal on that. Obviously you can use, if you've got strips of cardstock spare, you can use plain cardstock. There we go. Alright, and then what we're going to do is we're going to decorate it really pretty. So I'm going to bring in some stamps, and I'm using a stamp that I got last year, but it's carried over, and it's called Christmas Gleaming with the baubles. And now, lucky for me, I've still got the punches. So that's going to save me some time. So here's a piece of scrap cardstock. There's the bauble I'm going to use. There's the holly. And also I need the Christmassy word, which is that one. Okay. Let me just grab a block for that one as well. Alright, so now I'm going to do some stamping. Let me just zoom in ever so slightly. So I'm using basic grey. Okie doke. So I'm going to stamp my holly first. I'm going to make sure I've got plenty of room, because I'm going to have to fussy cut that, because I don't have a die or a punch for that particular shape, but I do have one for this, so that's good, isn't it? I'll do that one. That's my bauble. And then for the Merry Christmas, I'm going to do that in black. Okay, look at the state of that. I don't know, I think the lid came off one time, and then I always have a bit of a nightmare getting them back on, and I think that's why this ink pad's such a mess. Plenty on, it needs plenty on, does this stamp, and if it doesn't work first time, I'll turn over and do it again. So I'm just going to stamp that kind of there, give it a good press. Hopefully that's stamped nice. Oh, that's nice. Lovely jubbly. Okay, so I'm just going to allow those to dry. Well, it's mostly that one that I need to dry. I'm just going to bring some pens over, and I can start and colour some of my stamped images. So I'm actually going for quite a light colour for the leaves. This is Light Call Me Clover, and then I think this one is Dark Poppy Parade. Is that the one I want to use? Yeah, it is. So this is what I'm using for the berries. Now I've just used basic stamping, basic grey, archival. And if you're very careful, it shouldn't run. And what I do is I don't quite go right up to the edges, and then if the ink wants to spread, it won't run. Okay, but I'm not too concerned. If you do it really gently and don't go mad, it shouldn't bleed if you're very, very careful. Okay. There we go, that's that one done. And then I'll just quickly do the leaves. Okay, same again. If you just do it very gently, it doesn't bleed. Right, I'll get on with this. You can fast forward if you like, I won't be offended. Watching somebody colouring a leaf isn't the most exciting thing in the world, but I don't like to stop and start, so there you go. Okie doke. Let's hurry this along. If my video ends up being at, you know, 3/4 of an hour long, I'll speed it up, but otherwise you'll have to sit and watch my colour relief. So that that's that done. And then for the top of my bauble, like the hanging loop, I'm using this one, which is ivory. And this, you're meant to use this for, you know, skin tones and stuff. That's what this one's made for. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to use the bullet tip pen because it's a very small area that I'm colouring. Alright, there we go. Job done. And then I've got quite a light colour here. This is a light pool party. Right, so I'm going to use the brush tip end and I'm going to just apply the colour evenly all over first. But I'm going to leave just a part of that. I'm just going to leave it white so that it looks like the light's shining on it. Okay. I did a very beautiful card last year. And I used ink, I kind of inked the edges and it looked super lovely, really gorgeous. It's one of my most viewed cards. There's that. Okay, and then I'm going darker to one side just to make it look like the light's catching it, so it's kind of like spreads across paler. Alright, so I'm going to just punch that one out because I've still got my punch for that, thank goodness, so I don't have to cut that. Okay, bob that there. And then for this one, I'm just going to trim that off as straight as I can. Okay, doke. Give it a trim, trim. Beautiful stamp set this. I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. I do sometimes sell retired stamp sets, but I really love this one, so I may well just keep that. I'm just going to bob that to one side out of the way, and then I'm going to just really try and quickly fussy cut this. Now I'm just cutting some of the excess card because I can't do it when I've got loads of card. So this is where you go and, you know, put the dinner in, go peg your washing out, go feed your dog. So I'm just going to fussy cut this. I'm going to try and leave an even border all the way around. Okay. And I'll be with you in a minute because when I'm fussy cutting, I kind of my tongue sticking out and I'm concentrating. Okay, there won't be a minute. Okay, I might fast forward this bit. I might not, depends. I might make you watch it. Okay. I had a comment from a lady the other week saying that I say alright and okay too much. I'm ever so sorry. Is that alright? I do say it a lot. She's quite right, but I can't control it. So I'm not going to even try. Alright then. I'll just say it more. It's like when somebody says, don't touch the thing, and you have to touch it. If somebody tells me not to say a certain thing or I'm saying something too much, I'll just accidentally say it even more. Right. Nearly done. And another century, and then we'll be done. Go and watch, you know, Lord of the Rings or something while I trim this. Or the Titanic. That's a long film. Right, okay, I've done. Hooray, finally. Right, now, because I can't just have things very, very plain and very, very basic and make life easy for myself, what I've also got here is a jelly roll. Alright, and what I did on my sample was I just added some definition to those berries with the jelly roll. and then went around all of the stamped edge with it as well to make it glittery. So I'll do the same here. Okay. It won't pick up on camera, but it picks up in real life because it just adds a subtle sparkle, very subtle sparkle. Alright? Okay. I hope that lady's not watching. She'll be cringing because I say okay too much. Right, so I'm going to get some twine and we're going to make this really pretty. So I will tie some twine over there. I'm going to tie it to one side because that's how I like it. I don't like it tied things direct in the middle. Right, so I'm going to tie it there and I will try and do a bow. Now often with twine the bows twist round, so if it looks rubbish I'll take it off. See how it's twisty there? Never mind, that's not too bad. I'm happy with that. I'm going to have it. Alright, just cut the tails and we can start and speed it up a bit now. So I'm going to add my, if my glue will come out, add my holy berries over here. Okay, and then we'll attach over there like so. Let me just grab some more scrap white cardstock because I want to mount this to make it just look a bit nicer. So I'm just going to mount that on there. Okay, just to give it a white border. Just let that dry a minute and I will add my bauble, which I'm going to make it look like it's been tied on there even though it hasn't. Alright, so I'm just got it to one side. We will trim this. Okie doke. Nearly done, nearly done. Snip. And one final touch you can do is to add the shimmer crystal effects to the berries there, which I'm going to do because you won't be able to see it, but when it dries it gives you it's like, it's the same as glossy accents for want of a better word. Anyone who's a crafter, it gives you a glossy raised look, but this has also got glitter in it, so it's really nice. It gives it a dewy look. Let me just look at that. That's not very straight, is it? Oh, neither's that. There we go. A bit of glue on that. I think my hand-eye coordination's shot to put today. I couldn't hit a bus with an elephant. So I'm just going to attach that on there. And just a little extra final touch. Now you might think, oh, that's a lot of fuss for a gift bag. But if you're giving something special to somebody, why not make a fuss? Why not go that extra mile? So there's that one. And there is my sample that I made with cherry cobbler cardstock. I actually think I like it using up the spare paper. What do you think? Why not go give it a try? Make yourself loads of little gift bags. And don't forget, they do fit your cards in as well. So you can use them as an alternative to an envelope as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.